Hello everyone, this is NAI 500 at PDAC 2023. This day is the first day of PDAC and I'm so excited to be here with Elaine from Omai Gold Mines. Hi Elaine, nice
Hello.
to see you.
How are you?
So can you give us a quick overview of your company?
Yeah, certainly. Omai Gold Mines, our property is in Guyana, and Guyana is a country that sits on the northern side of South America. And I think Guyana is one of those places, there's greenstone belts, it's been underexplored, but a long history of gold and a government that's very enthusiastic about seeing new mines develop. So our property is actually a past producing mine. In fact, it was, when it was in production, it was the largest producing gold mine in South America. So produced 3.8 million ounces. And as you know, they always say the best place to look for a new mine is near an old mine. So it was a great opportunity for us to get hold of it and do a lot of exploration over the last couple of years.
Amazing. So as you said, your property is located in Guyana. Are there any working barriers, such as how's the permitting process there?
Well, Guyana is, as I said, long history in mining. It's an English-speaking country. It was the former British Guyana. So the legal framework is essentially the same as set up by Britain. So it's very comfortable for us working there because, in fact, their mining law basically mirrors the Ontario mining law. So that makes working there very easy. We only have a prospecting license at this point in time, and so obviously we would have to get through a PEA and then a feasibility study before we would apply for a mining license. But we do know that the government very much appreciates when Omai was in production. It employed like 1,000 people. And they want to see that happen again. So we know that permitting in Guyana with the cooperation of the government is going to be a very favorable process.
I see. So I know that your company recently started the 2023 drilling program at the Omai property. Mm-hmm. Could you share with us some details about it?
Sure. I think the most important thing is what we've been doing in the last 2 years. We started exploration just 2 years ago, almost exactly 2 years ago. And our first priority was to drill below and along strike of one of the past producing pits. And we very quickly, in 9 months, identified 1.8 million ounces that we put out in a 43-101. And then we continued to drill and do some modeling of another resource right beside. And basically, in our first 2 years, we got up to a resource of 3.6 million ounces. So when we started this year, it was basically, what's our next step? So we knew that there were some very compelling exploration targets right within the main area of the mine, along strike of the geology, the shear. And so we've basically started this year to step out on some of those exploration targets.
Great. So now let's move on to finances. I know that your company recently closed a non-broker private placement at $4.22 million. Could you tell us how you're going to use the proceeds?
Sure. We did that financing in December. And as I said, the priority for us is really to build a world-class gold asset. And so between what our new resources and what was mined there, that's actually 7.5 million ounces. So we do know that the property is well endowed in gold. And so really our funds are very much directed and focused on drilling and expanding the resources in the gold. So that's what we're doing this year. And we're well funded for 5,000 to 8,000 meters of drilling. And as I said, exploration targets and expanding the resources.
And can you tell us what's the market value in you?
Yeah, I think all juniors have been really challenged in the market last year, maybe through the pandemic. But the junior gold companies, there's a lot of very impressive companies with very low valuations. So I think, sticking and keeping a focus on creating value is really important for your asset. And, the market will improve. It always does. I think it's just important to focus on that. But for us right now, we have a market cap of about 28 million, 30 million Canadian, which really works out to about $8 an ounce of gold. And about over a third of those are in the indicated category. So we feel like a lot of other juniors that we're very undervalued, and there will be a re-rating on our stocks at some time, hopefully in the near future.
That's amazing. So my last question for you is, why should new investors consider your company?
Yeah. I mean, I think we've talked about a few of the things. I mean, Guyana is a very strong mining jurisdiction. There were some, there were some very impressive acquisitions at premium to market. A lot of the majors are looking at Guyana now because there's a very prolific greenstone belt there that's not dissimilar to what you see in Ontario and Quebec, where all the big orogenic gold deposits are. We have that same type of rock in Guyana. This is sort of the new frontier. The government very supportive for us and for all mining companies there. So, you've got all the ingredients there. And as I said, we have a very strong base of 43-101 resources, plus exploration targets and expansion of resources just in our near future, I expect.
Wonderful. So that's all the questions that I have for you today.
Okay, thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you.